Hello guys, but welcome back to some World of Tanks. Today I'm bringing you some brief replays in some lower tiers and higher tier tanks. First one is in the Absolution, bit of an OP tier 6 mercenary tank, as most mercenary tanks are. As you can see, I'm actually bottom tier in this game, and that kind of sums up my play session. I did two over the bank holiday, four-day bank holiday. I actually played quite a bit over 2 days, and I just didn't have any luck at all. My win rate went down massively. I just couldn't get in any decent teams. Now, obviously, as you can see, I actually had this video and the next video are replays of games I had those 2 days. So I was having games like this quite often. They just happened to be. I just happened to be on the losing team, so I wasn't doing too badly myself. But yeah, I was just in a terrible teams and had terrible luck. I've had a couple of games where artillery went for me the whole game and ruined the whole game, pretty much. So I would move across the entire map and it would be going for me, and you know how fast their reload and accuracy is at the moment, so that was not particularly fun. Blind fired there, tracked him. Fortunately, obviously probably thinking it's probably a weak armoured TD, so I'll swap back to normal rounds. But yeah, like I said, just absolutely terrible luck. Just didn't have fun. So I will be playing next week because I've got a week off, and that's the only reason why I'll be playing next week. If I didn't have next week off, I probably would give this game a couple weeks break at least, just because it's just not very fun. Obviously bottom tier quite often, many of my games, which is never fun. Loads of RT, just terrible teams. So, and obviously on top of the terrible games, I also had 2 or 3 replays to bring you, but the recording app on the PlayStation didn't want to work, of course. So that added to the joy of that particular time. Yeah, we're pulling back, so he can probably hit us. He hit us quite hard. Got blind fired. Well, not got blind fired, but got hit by something across the way. Looks like they were probably a tier 6. Yeah, it was a tier 6 because I only blocked 180 damage. Yeah, put a nice shot into him. He's got behind cover, and he pulls back out again, trying to probably see where he's getting shot from. Bad idea when I'm not lit up. And my team is quite well balanced here. They've got a couple tanks on the other flank. The majority of them down the K line, which is great. But yeah, got a heavy and a TD sitting in the back there. I mean, yeah, okay, the TD, fine, ish. But the thing is, we've pushed up. We are, well into the game here. We're winning, and, well, look, and there you go. That's what the TD should be doing. He's moving up. So he can actually give supporting fire. Still got a heavy in the back, and that's quite typical these days. But I kind of actually understand. If he's had the games that I was having, I kind of understand why he would just sit in the back. Because at least you can get some damage. And that kind of annoys me too, is like when I have games where, I've pushed up, I've helped the team, but then at the end of the game, when the team loses, there's a guy camping in the back, and he gets quite a bit of damage because the enemy tanks are coming in 1 or 2 at a time towards him, and he's farming up a bit of damage. And at the end of the game, he comes higher in the scoreboard than me, and that is infuriating when he's not helped the team at all. He's actually helped us lose the game, and he gets rewarded for it, and that's happens quite a bit as well to add to my frustrations on these couple of particular play sessions. So we're coming up behind here. But we've got to be careful. There are people camping further back who could push me, and obviously I am bottom tier, so it could be a TD that could smack me for a good portion of my health. And there we go, a tier 8 wasting his time shooting a tier 6. We finish off the Saint Emile, which is great, but this guy is gunning for me, and of course he is, because it's an easy kill, right? Tier 6 needs a tier 8, and he misses his shot, so that was fantastic. And my reload, made me miss one there. I'm going to wait to get hit again, but luckily he gets taken out, so that's hilarious. He's like, all right, fine, I'll take on a tier 6. This will be easy pickings. Only get to actually get taken out. And there we go, a third kill, and that's the end of the game. Not the highest, just over 2,500, but in a tier 6 bottom tier, that's pretty damn good. And we come top of the team. It's only a first class, I believe. But there you go, no mastery on this one, but probably wasn't too far off, because I was hitting a lot of tier 8s in that game. Anyway, see you in the next match. Alright, we're in the long bomb, and this part of the reason why I had some bad games myself. I went out in this one for about 4 games. This one was the only decent game I had. Top tier, this thing is absolutely devastating. But bottom tier, it's absolutely terrible. As you can see, this is 18, 19 miles an hour. It's probably its maximum speed. So you're not going anywhere anytime fast. And obviously, a lot of of course, typical RNG. I was in this tank. I get all these big massive maps where I can't do much because it takes me about an hour to get there. So literally I would have I had a couple of games where I went to one side of the map, no one went that side of the map, no enemies went to that side of the map, and my whole team got crushed. And obviously by the time I got to see any enemies, I was completely outnumbered and got annihilated. So because of the slowness on my tank, I'm just going to sit at the back. But that's not such a bad idea in a TD anyway. But this has got a derp gun, like I said. Bottom tier, terrible. Top tier, you can absolutely smash the enemy. And this is what I mean. He's, for some reason, missed that first shot, but we get spotted. We've got good armor in this thing. But again, obviously, bottom tier, 2 tiers down, they're going to just go through your armor anyway, with no issue. So you really need to be top tier in this tank to have fun. And even then, sometimes it can end very badly. This guy tried to blind fire me. And this game's not going very well for our side, but looks of things, we're getting taken apart. Tier TD coming up behind, and this tier 4 light tank, or more of a heavy tank because it's so slow. See if we can get a shot on. No, missed that shot as well. Finally get spotted again, so we pull back again. Not much fun, right? And that's a problem with this tank. It kind of needs to be. It's kind of a brawly support tank. Finally hit it. And got a good chunk of its health. And like I said, it kind of needs to be up and supporting, but it's so slow it can't really do that very well. And obviously, it can't snipe very well because it is a derp gun. This guy's trying to hit me, but this M6, I think it is, M6 or whatever, is actually dealing with him, luckily. Probably not a good idea to fight it Fight the guy uphill. And there we go. We turned this game around. As you can see, it's 9-7. Gonna take it probably. Do we take a pot shot right now? No. Considering pushing right now, as you can see, not best game right now, and kind of boring, I'm afraid. But this is Long Bomb summed up. This is the mercenary tank, like I said, and it's a bit more balanced than the others. But bottom tier, like I said, bottom tier, absolute trash. Top tier, amazing, in the right situation. And there we go. That's the guy that was blind firing me for ages. Missed another shot. That's missed most of my shots right now. And he sits there and lets me pen him for the majority of his health, which is great considering he's been taking shots at me or the whole game. And as you can see, we are now spotted, but we can't pen us. And we actually take him out blind. Well, we knew he was going to be sat stationary if he wants to take actual aim at me, and then hit that guy for most of his health. So finally get hit, and we take a big hit there. I don't know what's at the back there, but it's doing me some damage. Waiting for this guy. Managed to flick a shot onto him, but there we go. We're going to try to get behind this wreck here. Bit of protection. And waiting for this guy to pop up. And he probably does make the smart move here. Wow. I guess he doesn't actually know what I'm doing right now. If he knew I was aiming, then it was a smart move not to poke up then, because he would just get absolutely annihilated. That T1, sorry, the T1 heavy gets taken out by the guy camping that we took majority of his health. As you can see, trundling along at a lovely 18 miles an hour. And there he is. See if we can hit him. All we need to do really is splash him there. Of course, we miss tanks fully side on, but we managed to hit that tiny shot there. So we managed to get a 4th kill out of this game. There's one guy left, and he's there. Now, this is very precarious, because we got no support here. All he needs to do is get around behind me, and it is game over. But we think, screw it, we're going to win this game, so let's push. He takes out majority of my health, but I actually panic because I don't realise what's taking my reload so long. And we almost finish him off, but he could finish us off here, but not quite. We managed to get the reload in. We actually get our 5th kill here. We managed to bounce over 1,000 damage, so that's not bad in a tier 5, is it? So we come top of the team because we've got 5 kills and almost 2,000 damage. And we've got first class, high caliber in a tier 5. That's a pretty good game. Yeah, a bit boring, but what can you do? That's the tank. See you in a second, guys. Alright, we are in the Thumper in the last game. So like I said, a couple of low tier tanks and pretty much a top tier tank, right? In Cold War. Like I said, don't play Cold War unless I've got some silver boosts or and that's the reason why I'm playing. And again, this is a season pass 100 free tank, so unfortunately there's still a lot of them in the game at the moment. Of course, little rocket guy managed to hit a large chunk of my health. We pull back, there's smoke, we can't see anything, so no point in pushing up where they might be able to get a shot on me if I get spotted. And yeah, well, there you go. Another damaging shot. We get that quickly rack up the damage at this tier. As you can see in the last game, this is pretty much all the damage I did in the whole 15 minutes match, and we've got over that in less than a couple of minutes. Of course, this gun tends to be a little bit derpy, especially for a TD like this. It's a bit annoying, but I guess it's a bit of a balancing feature. And I don't know about you, but going near the buildings makes my gun jerk up a bit. We had that issue quite a long time ago now, but it was a pretty annoying issue. It seems to be back in the game again for some reason. And I don't know where that shot went, fully aimed. Yeah, just don't know. Maybe he was behind something that I didn't notice, but managed to pen him. Unfortunately, he's just on 100 health, but someone else managed to shut him down, which is good, but unfortunately we didn't get the kill. And they go again. Don't know where that shot went on that toe weasel or whatever it's called. A bit annoyed by that because I want to take that thing out. Those things are very annoying. And we spotted someone up. Put another damaging shot into him as soon as he shows himself. Again, he managed to just get out of the way before that hit. And we've got over about 4.5 combined damage right now. 4,500, that is. We are spotted and we're getting targeted. And I think it's about this time I realise that we're getting enemies push us on the other flank near our flag. It's one of those. It's assault, and these games can be a little bit annoying. I love that. I just lock on and it hits and pens, and he aims and it doesn't actually pen me. Annoying, right? Even for him, because that happens to me all the time. We're actually winning this game, right? The thing with like assault is you've got to push out to have good map control, but obviously you don't want to push out too much. You don't want to treat it as like a team deathmatch and just go all across the other side of the map, because then you leave yourself open to your base being capped out. And that's kind of what my team did, so good on them. But as you can see, the numbers are equalising out a little bit. Our team is pushing out a little bit too much on one flank. But luckily the enemy team doesn't seem to be pushing towards our flag anyway. So that's kind of the only hope you have with random people on this game, is you just got to hope the other team are even more stupid than your team. That's the only way you can win. Managed to hit that thing on the move. Couldn't hit it stationary twice, but I managed to hit it while it was on the move. You know that's how the game works, right? It doesn't seem to be much sense to this game at all. And of course, bounced the killing shot there, which not too impressed with. Now trying to get the killing shot on this guy. Yes, finally get on the scoreboard with a kill. As you can see, just under this, 6,500 combined. Not a bad score, but we are losing this game. Do have to be very careful. I do dislike the fact my team is a little bit spread out now. There's that bloody tank. Managed to hit it on the move again. Got hit by something in the back. Keep him back for now, just in case he tries to blindfire me. I've got a bit of foliage between me and him, so hopefully he won't be able to just see me. And that is very important in this kind of in Cold War, is using foliage to your advantage. Trying to get a shot on this guy, and he's not making it easy for us. pull back, try to put our armor towards the guy that's shooting from the other flank. That's 3-4, so it's not too bad right now. We're gonna pull back, I know, but we got enough speed to get back to the flag. But we're pulling back to give support to our last two guys on our team, because, you know, if they don't survive, we don't survive. And there is that little rat. We managed to put him out of our misery, so now it's 3-on-3. So just over the 8,000 damage, combined damage mark, which is nice. And now we saw someone pushing towards our flag by the looks of things. So we are going to sit and wait for him. Our team seems to be thinking the same thing, which is good. I'm going to try to get into a better position. And then we see that TD. Our teammates change course to try to finish off the TD, which is fine. Push up along here, see if we can see anybody. And then one of the other tanks gets spotted as well next to the TD. And then we just spot that someone is in our base. Now I should be able to handle this guy as long as he's not on full health. And he's on quite a bit of health, and of course I rushed that shot and miss it. But luckily he's not in the position to hit me. We put a shot into him, and we're just going to push him right. Of course he pens, and it's not really much you can do in this situation. And we finish him off. Then this guy comes in, and I'm like, oh god, he's on full health. This could be real bad. And of course I get lag there, so I'm actually missed that shot. That's another thing I've been getting a little bit of recently, which is not nice at all. But luckily we've and then I'm thinking, uh-oh. I thought the enemy tank had been killed, but it actually hadn't. We kind of make both of those tanks missed their shot, which is great. Put that guy, nice shot into him. And we missed that shot, of course. But luckily that guy misses his as well. We're going to try to finish him off. And there we go, 4 kills. 11,000 combined damage. Pretty sweet, right? So if you did like the video, give it a like and subscribe, because I've got plenty more replays stored up. So yeah. Alright. Bye guys.